In this fun and faith-filled episode of Catechism for Kids, we dive into the amazing story of Noah and the Ark. It's found in Genesis 6-9. When the world became full of wickedness, God chose a faithful man named Noah to build a giant ark and save his family and the animals from a great flood. Children will learn who Noah was and why God chose him, how Noah obeyed God, even when it was hard. The story of the animals entering the ark 2 by 2. God's beautiful promise shone through the rainbow. Once upon a time, way back in the beginning, before there were any cities or countries, there were giants on the earth. They were so big and strong that God was sad because people had done bad things. Every single person was wicked all the time. Whenever someone would say something nice, they were mocked. Helping others wasn't important. It was all about me first. And lying, cheating, and stealing were ways of life. God looked at the world and saw how bad it had become. His heart was very sad. All these bad things made God feel like he shouldn't have made the world at all. "I'm sorry I made human beings," God said. "It hurts my heart to see all the bad things they do." Then an angel came close to God and asked, "Why are you so sad?" God explained to the angel how people only thought about themselves and did bad things all the time. The angel replied, "There's a man called Noah. He doesn't do bad things like everyone else. He's kind, helpful, and honest. He worships you and does everything you ask him to do, so he's not like the other people." God was happy to hear this. He knew that Noah was a good man, but sometimes he worried that Noah might do bad things too. So God asked the angel to go to Noah and tell him to build a giant boat called an ark. The ark was to be just right for saving Noah, his family, and some of the animals from the bad things that were going to happen. When the angel told Noah to build the ark, Noah was scared. He asked, "Why do I have to build a boat? And why do I have to take animals with me?" The angel answered, "The whole world is going to be destroyed because people have been so bad. But you and your family will be saved. You should start building the ark right now. That way you'll be ready for the great flood that is coming." Noah started building the ark right away, just like the angel told him. But after a few days, his friends and neighbors came by to see how he was doing. They laughed and said, "What are you doing building a boat in the middle of the desert? There isn't any water here, only sand. And besides, there aren't any seas or oceans." Noah kept working without answering them. He knew that the angel had told him to build the ark, and he trusted that God would do what he had promised. Finally, the ark was finished. Then God said to Noah, "You and your family must get on the ark with 2 of every kind of animal. I'm going to send rain for 40 days and 40 nights. That's long enough for the bad things to be washed away." Noah did everything God told him to do. He and his sons went into the ark with their wives, and then all the animals came in too. Each animal entered the ark with its mate. Just before the door closed, Noah's sons asked, "Dad, why did God bring all these animals with us? Are we going to have to feed them? What if they get sick or want to play outside?" Noah said. "God promised that we won't have to worry about the animals. He'll take care of them while we're on the ark. He also promised to wash away all the bad things in the world. That's why we're going on this journey." Suddenly, there was a loud clap of thunder. Big raindrops began to fall, and soon it was raining cats and dogs. Torrential rains poured down day and night, and wind and waves crashed against the ark. Noah, his sons, and all the animals stayed safe inside the ark. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain fell without stopping. The mountains were covered and the valleys were filled with water. The whole world was flooded. After 40 days, Noah sent out a bird to see if the land was dry yet, but the bird couldn't find anywhere to rest because the whole world was covered in water. So Noah waited another 7 days and sent out a dove instead. The dove flew around for a while, but it also couldn't find anywhere to rest. So Noah waited another 7 days and sent the dove out again. Finally, the dove came back with an olive leaf in its mouth, which meant that the land was dry, so the flood was over. Noah and his family were very happy because they had survived the great flood. God had kept his promise to them. And as a reminder of his promise, God made a beautiful rainbow in the sky. From that day on, whenever Noah and his family looked up at the sky and saw a rainbow, they remembered that God had saved them and loved them very much. Do you know what this rainbow means? It's a sign of God's covenant or promise to never flood the earth again. Now let's take a look at the summary. First, we learned that the world was full of bad people who only thought about themselves. God was very sad because people weren't doing good things anymore. Second, God saw that Noah was a good man who always did what was right. So God asked Noah to build an ark to save himself, his family, and the animals. Third, Noah built the ark, even though other people laughed at him and made fun of him. And when it was finished, he took 2 of every kind of animal onto the ark with him. Fourth, God sent 40 days and 40 nights of rain to wash away the bad things in the world. Only Noah, his family, and the animals were safe inside the ark. Finally, God made a rainbow in the sky to remind Noah and the whole world that God keeps his promises and will never destroy the earth by flood again. Noah and the animals were very grateful to God for keeping him. Well, children, that brings us to the end of today's adventure. Remember, God sees everything, and he always cares for those who listen and follow him. The rainbow is a special sign of God's covenant or promise that he will never flood the world again. If you liked this episode, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on new adventures. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time on the channel.